Hello, I am SwiftShadow. This is my submission for Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2, a fragmentary passage. Beginner 80%. It's the most popular category of this run, and it's difficult. It's very hard to go fast. There's a lot of technical fights. It takes a lot of what KH does, and condenses it down into a very short, fast-paced run. So let's go. Timing starts on hitting yes here to begin with beginner mode. So this is 0.2. It takes place directly after Birth by Sleep. So Aqua is in the realm of darkness, and it showcases her journey through the realm of darkness. You play as Aqua the whole game. You start off at level 50. Thank you for the good luck, Leon. So the run just starts off with some cutscene skips. This is a good time for introductions as well, which is nice. And then there's one more. Then here, we say no to a tutorial. That would lose us some time. The primary form of movement throughout the run is cartwheels. It's faster than just running, and there's a timing to all of the cartwheels. Here we do a jump and a keyblade swing to get up above this ledge without having to grab it. And then here we have the first fight in the run, Shadows 1. We cartwheel back and then forward to bait the shadows forward. And then guard and counterblast. So Aqua's guard is a barrier that protects in all directions around her. And when she gets hit, when she's guarding, you're able to counter everything that's around you. And it's the fastest way of clearing out shadows. So these first two shadow fights, are very RNG dependent. They're the big reset point in the run, where you're just trying to get shadows to hit you as fast as possible so you can counter and kill them. There's a chest here that we skip, because it's a potion and we don't need that on beginner. And then we're straight into our next fight. We do the same thing, cartwheel back, cartwheel forward, bait this one on the right to come hit us, and counter. Another cool thing that 0.2 added into the series is you can cartwheel to cancel combos. So Aqua has a 5-hit combo that ends in a physical finisher, which shoots out these like magic projectiles around her. And a lot of the time that's slow and we don't want to do it, so we're able to cartwheel out before that finisher hit, so then we never see the finisher, and we can just immediately start another combo. Now we go into Gears, which is one of the more movement-heavy sections of the run. Again, there's a few cutscene skips leading into it. Here we get some tutorial screens, which we can just mash through with circle. It closes out all the pages at once, which is nice. Then we're coming up here to the Castle of Dreams, which gives us another cutscene skip. Story-wise, this is the Cinderella world, which has fallen into darkness. In this game, we also have cool movement tech we can do with Blizzard. We only get to do it a few times, where Blizzard creates an ice trail that we can ride on, and it puts us into flow motion there. Up here, we have a gear, so I'm going to do 2 hits, 2 fires, and a finisher. The gears get activated by a physical finisher that connects, but you also need the 4th hit of your combo to connect. Since we have Combo Master from the very beginning, we can start our combos a little bit further away from the gears, and that lets us carry ourselves to the gears, so then when we're up against the gear, we only need to have the 4th and 5th hit connect. Each gear gives us new abilities, so now we have Double Flight, which gives us that double jump. There's also unskippable cutscenes after every gear. Here I'm going to do 3 fires as I fall down, so then when I land, I only have to do hit finisher. I also aim those fires at a street light on purpose, because those lights drop orbs. And so the goal there is to get some MP orbs, which will give me enough MP to do an extra fire on the next gear. Yo, Etchy, thank you for the host. I hope your run was good. Hope you're doing well. Here we get another tutorial screen. This unlocks situation commands, which I will explain in a little bit. This is our first chest pickup. It's an ether. Ethers restore MP. They're very useful. Here we can skip a bit of movement by doing that jump. Then I do 4 fires to put myself in MP charge, and then the finisher to activate the gear. MP Each spell costs a different amount of MP. Fire's the cheapest. We use it a lot because it's the cheapest spell. And then once you run your MP out, you get put into MP charge. It's kind of like a stasis, where you're not allowed to use spells until a certain amount of time passes, and then you get your MP fully restored. Ethers refill MP if you are not in MP charge, but if you're in MP charge, then it shortens that duration of MP charge. And then here on this last gear, we just do a physical combo to carry ourselves to the gear. This last gear unlocks Shot Lock, which we'll also be seeing in the next fight. So in this time I'll explain situation commands. So basically, as you do magic, and as I do hits as well, you'll see at the bottom left-hand corner of my screen, there's arrows that build up. They build up 1, 2, then 3 arrows, and then after the 3rd arrow, you get situation commands. There's Grand Magic, which you get from doing magic, and then Spellweaver, which is a transformation from BBS, which you get by doing either a mix of magic or physical hits. And they are very, very useful. This fight's extremely hard and precise, so at the start I do 3 fires to build commands for fire. Guard, dodge roll forward, jump, do 2 blizzards, and then physical hits to get commands. I do 3 hits here, then Blizzaja and Firaja, and go straight into a Shot Lock. The Blizzaja acts as a stun that stops him from attacking because he takes less damage when he's attacking. Then I Ether, Fire, Fire, Blizzard, Fire, Blizzard, then Fire, Fire, Blizzard. And as long as I don't get extremely unlucky, I get both commands here, and then Firaja forces him to attack. Blizzaja does full damage when he's attacking, and he insta-dies. It's a very, very precise fight. If anything goes wrong, he has a chance of attacking, and if he attacks, he can attack multiple times. And he takes reduced damage from everything but Blizzard damage when he's attacking. So now we're leaving Castle of Dreams, and we're going into, what is this place even called? The World Within? I think it's the World Within? It's like the Dwarf Woodlands area, the Snow White world, but fallen to darkness. Some more cutscene skips here. And now, this is the hardest movement section of the whole run. So here, we have to go activate 3 mirrors in order to leave this area. Each mirror ends with a boss fight against Aqua that gets progressively harder, I guess you could say. The first 2 are pretty similar. The 3rd one's hard. Here, the gimmick of this world is there are mirrors that will activate platforms for you, but we can kind of skip all of those. This is one of the hardest jumps in the whole run. Here, I want to do this combo at a specific angle to lift myself up above this ledge. And then this jump, we're kind of just going to jump, air slide, double flight, air slide, and then mash air slides all the way across this long gap. So the game wants you to be using these mirrors to build platforms for yourself so that you can get through all of this movement. We only need to do the one at the end here, which moves that platform that was in front of us up here. It circles it around so then we can put it behind us. And then we go up to the mirror. So now we have the Aqua boss fights, and this is a good time to explain the concept of revenge value. If you're familiar with KH2, you know about RV. Basically, every time that you hit an enemy, depending on the hit, it adds a certain amount of RV. When they hit... Okay, I had to wait for that audio cue. If she laughs, then I need to catch it. But when she hits a certain RV, she's forced to retaliate. So we design our combos around the fact that Aqua has a revenge value that we can force her to retaliate or stop her from retaliating. Aqua retaliates in 2 physical combos, but by mixing in a fire as one of the hits in both of those combos, she won't hit her RV at the end of the second combo, so then we're able to get another hit out. So what we do, if she's on the ground, is 2 hits fire, hit finisher, and then 2 hits fire, hit finisher, and she won't hit RV, and then we can do another hit. This is a little stair puzzle. So we have to go up the stairs 3 times. We're chasing after the mirror that Aqua is in, and then the mirror is actually behind us on the last one. So this fight is a lot like the Aqua 1 fight, except she has 1 less attack that she can do. So I need to react to what she does, and then punish her accordingly. That's the good pattern. On that I can do a Thunder, and now this guarantees that I kill her in 2 combos. So then I'll hit Fire, hit Finisher, and she's dead. The downside is I did use an extra Fire on the first fight, which I shouldn't have done, because now I'm in MP charge here. Ideally, I would have been able to Thunder here, but I can make this work without Thundering. Here, I'm just gonna hit one of these urns to be safe, to conserve my arrows. So the arrows from the previous fight carry over through areas as long as you're doing hits to preserve them, which is why we have to do this mirror last. So here, we have to break these pillars, and then it kind of flips the world around. And again, we're chasing after Aqua. But as these arrows are building up, they all count as physical hits at this point. That's gonna let me get into Spellweaver a lot earlier. And like Gears, we only need the 4th hit and the finisher to connect, so we're able to start these combos sooner. What's up, Pulpet? How's it going? And then we go into the 3rd Aqua fight. This one is a lot different from the other 2, and it's also one of the coolest fights in the entire run. So in this one, Phantom Aqua will go into Spellweaver at the start, and during that transformation we have time to get 3 hits on her. I'm gonna do 4 hits here, then 2 hits, Fire, hit Finisher, and then loop that again, hit Finisher, again 2 hits, Fire, hit Finisher, and then 5 hits into Firaja. Ideally, if I had the Thunder going into Aqua 3, which I could have used on the urns that I did the physical hit on, I would have gotten Spellweaver off the very opening, which makes it slightly faster because then you're able to transform as she transforms as well. Here's another application of the Blizzard. That was a little off. I would have rather had it slightly further to the left side so that I would have been closer to the safe point, but that's fine. And now we're leaving the world within, and we're going into the woods. I don't actually know the name for this place, but it's the forest wood area. It's the Sleeping Beauty world. And this is where the run starts to get very, very, very fast-paced and scary. Forest of Thorns, that's what it's called. So here we do thunders to clear out those thorny vines. There's 2 types of vines, the black vines and the red vines. Red vines can only be cleared by fire magic. Here, ooh, that bat. That's unlucky. You gotta jump air slide, double flight air slide over the red vines. Do a fire here to clear that one. They also drop MP orbs and HP orbs. Clear another set of vines, and then we're on our way into the dark side fight. This is the hardest fight in the one of the hardest fights in the run, the 2nd hardest fight. Here, walk to the right, fire, blizzard, 2 hits, guard, fire, blizzard, finisher, and then 4 hits to get commands. I got unlucky not getting Blizzaja. But I want to do a 23 on this shot lock. I'm a little bit out of luck. Ideally, I would have gotten both commands, and then Blizzaja in full shot lock would have killed him. I didn't get Blizzaja. That's just bad luck. But we have to deal with it. So now I just have to take longer to physical combo his head. It's not a big deal. I can also reflect these projectiles back at him for a little bit more damage. That's one of the bad instances of situation commands, where there are some times where you just won't get the commands that you want to get. It's a bit RNG, even though we do the same opening every time. That opening itself is extremely hard to pull off, especially when trying to talk about it. Here I'm gonna air slide through Darkside's hit, and then we have a bit of downtime here. This is probably the best part to get some donations in, as well, because we're just on an auto-scroller rail where we have to jump over some hands. And then we're going into Forest Fight, which is another fight that is dependent on situation commands. It really shows off the power of Grand Magic. We do an air slide there to hit the cutscene trigger a little bit earlier, which saves us a tiny bit of time. Here I'm going to walk forward at the start and do 3 fires to get Firaja, and then do 2 thunders. And hopefully I'll get Thundaja. Yep. Then I want a Thundaja, Firaja the Flame Core, and then finish off whatever's left. If I'm lucky with how the hits play out, the Thundaja kills everything. If not, one of the flame cores will live, and I have to Firaja it. Here, we're picking up another Ether. And now we're on our way to the hardest fight in the run, Dark Side 2. It's not too bad if you do a slightly easier strat, but with the strat that I do, it's the hardest fight in the run. Arams was the one who originally found the strat. He's the world record holder. He's pushed this game to a crazy level, and it's insane. Here, again, I'm going to do a Thunder to clear these vines. I'm going to do another Thunder to help with movement, and then a third to clear the next set. Here I'm going to Thunder again, and then immediately Cure to put myself in MP charge, so by the time I get to Dark Side 2, I'll have full MP. Double Flight up here, and then again, Double Flight, and I can attack and Air Slide through into the cutscene. Then here, Dark Side 2 drops a lot of spiky balls down on us, and the positions that they fall are completely random, so we just don't want to get hit. But we also want to take as good of a line possible to him. That was a really nice pattern. I cartwheel towards him to get him in range to do the shot lock, and then I cartwheel away to put myself in a better position. Here I can explain quick charging. Ooh, that's not very good, but we'll take it. I have to do a bit of extra fires here to try and get Firaja, and I'm gonna Firaja, Blizzaja shot lock. So basically what happened at the start there, shot locks don't provide situation commands normally, but if you do magic, then any projectiles that hit after the magic is cast count as hits towards that magic. I'm stuck on... okay. But basically, every one of those hits at the start of the fight that I got at the end of that shot lock, because I did a blizzard at the end of the shot lock, counted as blizzard hits, which instantly got me Blizzaja. I should have delayed the blizzard slightly longer, so that I would only get 2 arrows worth of blizzard, so then, ideally, I would get both commands there. And then I would go for the harder strat. You can see in that fight he did 1 attack. The good strat skips an attack entirely. Here I do 2 blizzards. I'm trying to build Blizzaja. This is another Demon Tower fight. But we have Mickey now, and Mickey gives us some cool stuff if he cooperates with us. I'm gonna do Blizzaja, I'm gonna fire. 2 hits. Blizzard, fire, blizzard. Then I need to wait for him to move. And I need to do physical hits to build commands. Blizzaja, Firaja. I'm gonna jump and hit him once, and then throw an Ether. And now I have to stall for Mickey. Mickey gives us access to a transformation called Wayfinder, which does a ton of damage, as you'll see. So I'm gonna do a mix of fire and blizzards here to build both commands. I didn't get both commands, that's unlucky. I've been getting unlucky with situation commands this run, but that still works. So as I said earlier on Demon Tower 1, Blizzaja acts as a stun to him, which makes it so that he won't attack. Not getting Blizzaja there makes that fight a lot riskier, because then there's a chance that he attacks when you go for the Wayfinder finish or the Firaja. And if he attacks, he takes reduced damage from both of them. And now we're all the way to the last fight. This is another good spot for donations. It's the last bit of downtime in air quotes, of the run. But we're getting close to the end. There's one more chest that we pick up, which is this one right up here. It's a Mega Ether. So Mega Ethers, unlike Ethers, they will give me my entire MP bar back. Even if I'm in MP charge, it'll immediately bring me out of MP charge. There's another chest up on that top left, that's an elixir. We used to pick that up, but we don't need it anymore. And then this is the last time I get to do this blizzard movement, to take myself directly into the load zone for Demon Tide, the final boss. This fight is rough. It's a lot of RNG in it. It's very hard to do well, but we'll explain it all as it goes. So at the very start of this fight, I'm gonna cartwheel back right and do a full shot lock. Demon Tide has armor up on him. That armor gets released, it breaks when he takes enough hits. So this shot lock at the start immediately breaks his armor, as you can see there. Then I'm gonna do Blizzard, Fire, 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 Blizzard. then 2 fires, and I'm gonna Thunder these boxes to try and get Thundaja as well. I didn't, that's okay. I'm gonna Firaja, Lazaja. I'm gonna throw Mega Ether extremely early here because I got unlucky with the boxes, and go into a full shot walk. Again, I'm gonna be taking advantage of that concept with quick charging. I'm a little too close to him to get something substantial off there. I still got 3 arrows. That's actually way better than I was thinking it would be. I want to break these boxes. So the boxes have a split of MP and focus orbs. They're our biggest tool for this, because it lets us keep spamming magic and doing shot walks to build commands. Here he's going to go into his second phase very, very soon. Yep, so he'll go second phase now. That's really good damage going into second phase. I'm going to break these boxes as he goes into it. I need more MP. That's fine. And then I'm going to try and get commands right here at the start. Firaja, Thundaja. I'm going to do a 28 shot walk. And then again, quick charge commands, try and get Firaja, and Firaja will kill. And that's the run! It's very, very, very fast-paced. It's a very hard run to do well, especially when you're talking. There's a lot of RNG that goes into it. But despite the RNG, it's still, no matter what RNG you get, it's still like a completable run that you can do pretty quickly, as long as you handle things well. But not a bad run at all. Like 45 off PB for a no reset is really, really good, especially with commentary. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please take this run into consideration. I think it's a really cool run. It shows off some of the great aspects of KH. And it's a very short and fast-paced RPG. It's a really cool run. A lot of the fights look extremely cool. There's a lot of in-depth tech to it. And yeah, it's a run I love.
Yep, it's